Stage 8 comes on Saturday the 6th of July, and it's the moment that many of us will have been waiting for as the race hits the high mountains of the Pyrenees. In fact, this stage contains the highest point of this year's race, 2,001 metres at the top of the Col de Pavé. Let's see what the riders are going to face. Stage 8. The Tour de France finally enters the big mountains with this 195-kilometre Pyrenean stage. Starting in Castres, the first 130 kilometres are more or less flat. There is, however, a small Category 4 climb, the Côte de Saint-Ferréol, after 26.5 kilometres, which seems like the perfect place for a breakaway to be established. From here on, the riders keep going south towards the Pyrenees. Not having had to face any big climbs by this point in the stage, the sprinters will have a chance to fight for points at the intermediate sprint, which comes at 119.5 kilometres in Quillon. Passing through Axat, the route turns west, which is where the road starts to climb slowly. After 25 kilometres, the race reaches the foot of the Col de Pavé, which is the first all-category climb of this year's Tour de France. The Col de Pavé is 15.3 kilometres long and has an average gradient of 8%. There are parts over 10% in the middle of the climb, and towards the top we can expect a very reduced peloton. From the top of the Col de Pavé, there are only 29 kilometres to the finish line. The first 20 of those are downhill, and this could be a good place for the strong descenders to get a gap before the final 9 kilometres uphill towards the finish line. Sec-tdf is not as long as the Col de Pavé, but its 7.8 kilometres do have a similar average gradient of 8.2%. There are steep parts of 10% within the first few kilometres of the climb, and after a hard part halfway up, the climb evens out before kicking up again with 8% towards the top. There are still 1.5 flat kilometres to go from the top of Sec-tdf, and even though it seems unlikely, it could end in a sprint between a handful of the best riders. There aren't any bonus seconds in this year's Tour de France, so we could very well see another breakaway make it this time, while the GC riders only focus on each other. Well, that area is one of my favourite places to train. I think we're in for a dramatic stage. But also on stage 9, the race remains in the Pyrenees with even more climbs. So just click here to see exactly what the riders are going to face.